Evening and amazing community, and this is first event by this community, and yeah, let's make it amazing. I'm here to give you a helicopter view on evaluation of LLMs, large language models, prompts and everything, and I want to emphasize its importance as a part of overall generative AI lifecycle. And there'll be a couple of zooms into particular metrics and particular demos. Who am I? I'm Maxim. I'm based in Oslo, Norway, where I work in Microsoft, where I help developers to succeed with our cloud, AI, and developer tools. And I'm a developer myself, and I'm huge fan of the technical communities like this one. In Oslo, where I'm based, I organized a few meetups, kickstarted several conferences, and prompt engineering is the topic that is so close to my heart. This is super interesting for myself personally, that interesting that I even started first and only prompt engineering conference. We had a couple of editions already, it's free online, and actually this is where I met organizers of today's event. So basically my prompt engineering conference brought me to that stage. Okay, let's go back to the track. Evaluation, why it matters. Let me paraphrase this a bit. What makes evaluation of large language models, and by saying evaluation of LLMs, I'm meaning all flavors of generative AI evaluations. So why is that so important that we even somehow differentiate it from overall evaluation of your IT product, your IT solution, IT service? Well, quite a few points there. Obviously, this is all about quality and the performance, but we can say same words about quality and performance of our solution itself. What makes LLMs and prompts and everything around that different? Of course, nature of generative AI, nature of large language models, and the fact that they give us non-deterministic output, right? So, and it's very different from, let's say, classic developer evaluation testing that gives you, okay, A or B, true or false. It's totally different in that case. And it's all about trust then, right? I'm not even saying about using LLMs as is without any kind of grounding. I mean, this is absolutely not the case for any kind of enterprise development of AI-infused application. But even if we inject our data in the loop, still some LLMs, some prompts work better than others, and evaluation here is needed. And after all, LLMs, they embraced all biases we have as humanity, and all, like, let's say, negative things, right? So we have to somehow either like completely remove this part of the story, or at least mitigate this, or at least hold under control. Not even think about variety of potential security risks. It's kind of new generation of hackers. They hack not programs these days, but LLMs, prompt injections, all kinds of things are here. And yeah, we also need to keep an eye on that. And it's spread across overall generative AI life cycle, or your generative AI application life cycle. And yeah, if you see this slide, there is no straight line. There is no like A to B, and at B we completed our journey. It's like classic DevOps, right? It's always iterations, always circles, always moving back and forth. And we can identify three key areas in the overall life of our AI-infused application related to LLMs and LLMs evaluation. Starting from model selection, and I will double down on that quite soon. then maybe main things happen while you build your application, and at the same time you build set of evaluators, you define metrics that are relevant for your application, and definitely before clicking button, go to production, go live, you need to make sure that quality is there and performance is there and it's safe and secure. And definitely we are not stopping here because your application is evolving. Users are evolving, it scales, and the new threats are coming, new approaches are coming, new models are coming. This is why operationalization, it's all about monitoring metrics you need, and not just sitting and watching beautiful diagrams, but react accordingly. And let's go straight to the stage one. Why can we ever consider model selection as kind of evaluation? Well, that's crucial component for your AI-focused or AI-infused application, and unfortunately, it's not a one-time job, right? So, I mean, of course, if you wish, you choose your model, you stick to this and never change it, but it's definitely not the most efficient way for your scenario. New models arrive, new versions of the models arrive, new modalities arrive, so you have to make sure that you have all automatic and systematic and periodic measures in place just to make sure that you always use the best possible model. The best is very broad definition, right? But we'll double down on the metrics. In general, and of course, focusing on your specific tasks. Models are very different. Some of them excel in particular tasks, maybe not really attached to your scenario, even if they are on super hype these days. So yeah, you need to find some proper metrics and their values to make sure that you made proper selection. Bias, ethical consideration, risk, safety, all models are very different in that sense, and it's you who are responsible for taking informed decision there. Next slide, there is a short video, like a couple of minutes or less, I recorded to demonstrate how you can use one particular product called Azure AI Foundry, that is end-to-end platform for building, deploying, monitoring your AI application built by Microsoft, and in particular how model selection is organized there, how that helps you to choose your best ever model. This is UI, and UI in this video might look a bit strange because I zoomed it in, so you can see what's going on there. So I mean, layout might be a bit strange. In real life, it's much more logical. And yeah, what we have here, let me start the video. First of all, catalog of the models, including latest and greatest ones, and by Microsoft, open source, so almost 2,000 models available for you to choose. Not really simple to choose, right? But luckily, we have benchmarks. And once you click this button, you'll get some popular models pre-selected, and it's coming in just a couple of seconds, like GPT-4o, 3.5, and we can add more models to comparison, like GPT-4o Mini. I know that it's perfect for chat completion. Let's pretend that we are building some Copilot chat-based, and it gives us super visualized diagram, so we can definitely see in quality index this model is quite good, and cost just a fraction of cost from the most expensive model. Maybe that could be good balance for our particular situation, and we can dive deeper into the model card and have more comparisons. And if you scroll down, we'll see exact metrics that were taken into consideration when this index was built. And yeah, we'll discuss these metrics a bit more detailed in just a few seconds. On the stage 2, pre-production testing, pre-production evaluation, everything that happens after we selected at least initial model, but before we click go online. Well, many things might be taken into consideration. First of all, good evaluation really depends on good data set. And I have a few words on a dedicated slide for that one. Data sets that cover both context-specific scenarios, like specifically from the domain where you build your application, I mean your, let's say, best case prompts, best case scenarios, up to all kinds of edge cases. I don't know, all kinds of potential jailbreaks could be considered as an edge case, or super long prompt, or super short prompt, or completely nonsense prompt. Yeah, maybe you need to battle test your model against these cases as well, because it all brings robustness, right? And after all, it all brings quality and finally trust of your customers. And definitely, it's not about saying good or bad, not about saying true or false either, but about identifying concrete values. So they're measurable, tangible, so you can really estimate and take informed decision where to move next. Your pre-production evaluation workflow could look as following. Step 1, you define evaluation target. Then you start preparing data. It could be your own data, like manually created. It could be simulated data. I'll say a few words about that. And then all comes to concrete evaluators. I mean, this is for particular scenario when we use Azure AI Foundry, but I believe it can be generalized to all kinds of LLM evaluation tools, services, and products. After all, you run these evaluations, and definitely you don't want to do everything manually, right? So it's also about automating all these steps. Analyze results, make revisions if needed, and repeat again and again with next set of test data, with next set of evaluators you selected that you consider important for this particular case. Talking about data, for sure, having your own prepared data, like in simple words, what it could look like. Prompt and the best possible answer you consider for this prompt. I mean, in my session, I talk about one specific application of generative AI, all kinds of expert systems we have exposed as chatbots or something communication-like, where we have prompt and we have potential answer on that prompt. Also, you can use variety of simulators. I mean, vast majority of evaluation tools offer this experience, so you don't need to create potentially harmful prompts that cover all possible scenarios. I mean, it can easily be simulated, and this is what's called adversarial on this particular slide. And at the same time, many relevant tools can also generate your context-appropriate data, I mean, based on domain of your particular application. And the diversity of this data should cover all potential edge cases, including ethical dilemmas, bias detection, and all kinds of potentially harmful prompts to avoid harmful outputs.